Hello Propellerhead Record and Reason users. In this tutorial, I would like to cover how to create a synth lead sound, or lead synth sound rather, of the one found in the Tron end credits soundtrack. The one specifically I'm talking about is the squash digitized, like that resonating arpeggiated sound. I know I'm just tossing sort of buzzwords there, but if you're not quite sure which one I'm talking about, well, let's have a listen. Okay, so you're probably wondering how in the heck was all this reproduced? Sure enough, it doesn't sound exactly sample per sample the exact same as the one in the soundtrack. But let's go to the base of this, the Thor, and see how it was produced. So you can see I use 3 different oscillators here. One in one specific octave, and the other 2 have 2 different octaves. And let's just quickly kind of create a new one. Okay, and obviously initialize a patch. I never use the epic poly as the base of my patch, and duplicate the pattern. And let's have a listen. So this is just a bare naked like sawtooth wave, so it doesn't sound like much. Just applying a bit of filter, you can hear that it has a progression feel that from the original lead synth has, but we'll need much more morphing and transformation to this sound. We'll need to apply a bit of shaper drive, some oscillators, and the Scream 4 plays a big role in crunching the resolution of the sound to give it a lower bit depth. And yeah, the Modulation Matrix also has tons of different modulation map throughout, from envelopes to LFOs, and we'll go through most of those. So let's see what happens. We add a little bit of a shaper drive with a hard clip. Alright, and obviously just the one sawtooth won't be enough, so we'll get to adding a couple more. And adding a bit of envelope, filter envelope helps to make a bit of variance. So you'll see I'm playing around with a bunch of different settings, going from sync, bandwidth, changing the octaves of some of the synths, but it's really up to you. Like, I'm throwing through my knowledge things or tricks that will fatten the sounds, but it's really just a matter of experimenting with the various settings that Thor provides, and it's really magical when it comes down to it, like almost mind-numbing as well. So I'm going to scrap this one actually, because like there's way too many tweaks of knobs and modulation matrix that I have to map in just one tutorial. It would be hard to cover. It actually took me a few hours to set up this patch, including the big P backdrop. But I'll quickly explain like how everything's routed through here. It certainly isn't a piece of cake, but like for example, Scream 4 only receive output from the oscillator 1. How that's been able to be achieved is using a backdoor of Thor, if you will. The output 3 of Thor carries the oscillator 1, only that one. And here I'm showing that the combinator is mapped to the P2 of Scream 4. So you can squash a sound drastically down to like just zeros and 1-bit depth, or you can open up the gate to a full whatever at the full rate the Scream 4 will provide. You can also only preview digital noise, and yeah, if you combine the amount of level from the digital noise, the frequency, you can also still play around a bit with the filter. And these 3 oscillators pass through the amp and still get affected by the amplitude envelope. And yeah, everything comes back into the filter 3 in the end too. So there's a various bunch of options with this, like the modulation wheel affects the little panning bits that's created by the curve 1 on the sequencer. By that I mean the step sequencer at the bottom as well. And yeah, like if you don't want certain options, you can just turn them off or enable them. So yeah, you can squeeze the crap out of the sound if you want, but it comes down to where are you going to use this. And I'm just showing you a demo of the same constant pattern here, so maybe you prefer just to hold a note down and that would be it for you. Or you want to create your own sort of arpeggiated pattern, and yeah, you can just go crazy with this patch. So everything together can do some pretty interesting effects. Opening all 3 oscillators. And I I just love the tail that the echo and the reverb leaves at the end as well. It makes it pretty cool sounding. You can kind of hear residues of the high peaks as you sweep through with the filter. And anyway, yeah, I want to show you just a final composition with the strings included in the sequence. So let's hear it. Also, just as a note, I haven't looked up any music sheets for this, so these chords are just guesses, and I think they're quite satisfactory guess, if you ask me. So that's that. So the point of the story here is that you should really get your hands dirty with the modulation matrix. Take an LFO, take a modulation envelope, take an envelope of whatever kind, and choose your LFO curve types specifically for whatever you're trying to achieve. I knew that I wanted to have some sort of decreasing sound on every 16 notes or every 8 notes, so I chose the exponential dropping curve, or logarithmic, whatever you want to call it, and so that greatly affects the sound, so that it doesn't sound just consistent. It gets torn apart by all these different modulations. So there we have it. If you have any questions, comments, or critics regarding this video, post them down on the YouTube comment line, and thanks again for watching. Goodbye.